Good afternoon, this is Connor from 0DTE Traders here to present our market minute for April 2nd, 2024. It is 11 o'clock and the SPX is trading lower, down 1% to 51.89. So we are seeing continuation from yesterday. It is pretty one-sided out here in terms of signals, although in the cash market, we've more or less been basing sideways since the open, with the majority of the move being the gap down. In terms of other indices, Q's also down 1.4%. IWM, so Russell 2000, leading on the downside, down over 2%. Bitcoin, which is a good risk-on, risk-off indication, is down about 7% here today. Dollar index down 0.2%. Treasury yields tick higher, led by the back end of the curve, so the US 30-year. VIX, a measure of market volatility, is up about 11%, now above that 15 handle. Vol is most certainly an exacerbating factor at this juncture, something we're watching pretty closely here. If traders come out, sell volatility, it will invoke buy flows, and we could see a bit of a squeeze on the upside this afternoon. If, however, vol bases sideways or trends lower, that is likely going to cap upside. So again, something you want to pay very close attention to. In terms of sectors, I mean, largely red here. Mega caps, growth, leading on the downside here. Turning to internals, you can also see the bearish indications in NYSE, NASDAQ, volume difference, both negative. ADD, which measures market breadth, negative 1700. So there's quite a bit of stocks participating on the downside. Now, looking at market cap weighting, you had growth underperformance for most of the day, but just recently we have growth outperformance now, which is a bullish indication. So we'll see if this continues and perhaps get a bit of a squeeze into end of day if vol contracts. In terms of levels, well, we're below some pretty key levels, most notably our flip, which we broke in yesterday's session. That is our transitional strike. Breaking below is a bearish indication. That sits at 52.45. Also, we've broken the big 5200 handle, and we trade below both those levels here thus far. Now, in terms of downside, the next major support is 5180. Okay, this is the max put in terms of 0DTE options volume. So simply the strike with the highest put volume. It is also the 20 daily moving average. And then below that, you have 51.75. If you zoom out here, you can see that zone was quite critical. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. Was pretty critical a few weeks ago. We had several closes around that 51.75 handle, and while this was resistance at that time, now support. If that does give way, 51.50 is the next major support level. On the upside, well, bulls need to reclaim 5,200. That's the first hurdle. If they can do that, obviously we have a very large gap on the upside. Fill of that magnitude is probably unlikely in this session. However, we could see perhaps partial fill with 5220-ish, kind of this zone being the first major resistance on the upside. Now let's just go over to the charts here, and we'll highlight the gamma landscape. Looking at the SPX notional gamma, the transitional strike, our flip 52.45, is pretty clear cut here. All strikes above positive, meaning that dealer flows are supportive. Below 52.45, all strikes are negative, meaning dealer flows are destabilizing. If we look at the absolute gamma, we can see the significance of that 5200 handle, and if we start to trade materially below it, is when we're going to start to see negative gamma build, so that gamma index moving from positive to negative. If bulls can reclaim 5200, it puts us back in that chop zone to about 5250. I think we're all familiar with sort of the action in this zone, because last week we just chopped in that range for a good 4 days there. So if bulls can reclaim, we're probably going to be back in that sort of environment. Although the major difference here is that we are actually below the flip opposed to being above the flip last week. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. If you're not a member and you're interested in learning more, you can visit our website at 0DTEtraders.com. Best of luck out there today.